Hashemi with Dr. Hashemi, the series where partial discharge concepts are explained step by step. Today's episode is about reasons to measure PD, or why we measure the PD in industries. As you see, early detection of defects is one of the main issues that it is necessary to measure the partial discharge, or PD. It means there are some defects in the insulations and dielectrics, and by partial discharge measurement you can identify the problems before deterioration of the system and catastrophic failures. Another reason that you measure the partial discharge is non-intrusive measuring approach by partial discharge. It is important because sometimes by applying the voltage or high voltage as a high pot, you apply over stress to the system, and sometimes the system is failed during the test. But during the partial discharge measurement test, there is no hazardous for the system and non-intrusive measuring approach, and the system can work properly without any interruptions during the partial discharge measurement before and after. Condition monitoring of insulation materials. Indeed, based on the partial discharge measurement, you have different levels of the conditions. Sometimes you have different tests, pass, fail. It means they are quantifying. But the partial discharge measurement and results are qualitative. It means you have more results and interpretation from the data you get from the partial discharge test. Wide zone of information by partial discharge. It means in addition to the data that other high voltage tests can provide to you, by partial discharge you have more data about the localization that you see in the next option. You see the root cause of that. You see the root cause in design of the new product. You see the aging and impact of aging on the installation method and condition that are shown by the partial discharge test or others. Finally, we can say by early detection of the PD, you can avoid the failure in high voltage system. Today we discussed reason to measure partial discharge. In this episode, we listed 5 most important reasons to measure the partial discharge and why we should measure PD in industries and high voltage systems. Finally, we concluded that by early detection of the PD, you can prevent the failures in high voltage systems. Thank you for watching. We see you in the next episode.